Hello, all you beautiful souls. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend and you're ready for Monday. I hope I am too. Okay, so if you're new here, very, very welcome. And what we do on a Monday is I ask what the general energy for the week ahead is, as well as asking about any other energies or actions or advice that can come through from Spirit to make the week a bit more bearable, or for us to approach it with a bit more direction and purpose. Okay, for those of you who are here every Monday, I send you lots of love and appreciation, and I hope that this is going to help you. All right, so let's just give it a quick shuffle. I'm sorry if I sound a bit nasal. There's some stuff going on here with just going out of the dry season into the wet, and we're desperately waiting for rain, but there's all kinds of yucky things blowing around in the air which make you a bit congested, or spread the germs. So we're dying for rain, but we'll get there. Okay, so can I please see if there is a card that gives just the general energy for this week ahead? Whoops. Okay, that's popping out at us. Share your art with the world. This comes up quite often, and to an extent it's not surprising, because Spirit is very much attached to art, creativity, music, dancing. Anything to do with that opens up the other side of us, not just the analytical or mathematical sides, the 3D side, but also the spiritual side gets opened by doing anything artistic, anything that we find joy in that is creative. All right, so this is saying share your art with the world. Maybe there's something that you do that needs to be put out there a little bit more. Maybe you just need to help somebody else with their creativity. However it comes about, if you've got something to put out there, this is saying it's time to allow others to also enjoy that creative work. Interesting. We do get so immersed in the physical 3D, and it's work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. And I say this all the time, but it really is something that we have to be very aware of, very mindful of in every aspect of our lives, and making sure that we are incorporating Spirit, even if it's just asking for that guidance for whatever it is that you're dealing with in the 3D right now, or doing something creative that day, putting some music on in the background. All of this can merge the two very nicely. I'm fortunate in that my creativity is encompassed within my work to an extent, and that keeps it open. And obviously my work is spiritual, so I'm very fortunate because I don't have to constantly be reminded. And even then, I do find that sometimes the physical 3D really kind of pushes everything else out of the way and takes over a bit. So I can imagine that people who don't do kind of what I do every day also battle to fit that in, unless they're actually doing something creative like woodwork, or there are artists and painters and musicians and whatever the case is. But if you haven't picked up your guitar in a while, or whatever it is, it's asking you to do that this week and to immerse yourself in that. Okay, let's see. What else do we need to know, please? Gabriel is, just as a side note, is the angel of communication. Okay, so this is about remembering to keep your communication open with Spirit and getting the information that comes through. Another theme that is very big this week, and that came up for me this weekend while speaking to someone else, was gratitude. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. I literally said this weekend, and it's something that I have to be reminded of as well. So try to see that maybe your creativity, well, definitely your creativity is a blessing. It's something that you should be using to enrich your own life, to open your connection with Spirit, to connect with other people, to enrich the lives of others. Music is meant to be shared. Art is meant to be shared. Creativity and skills are meant to be shared. We're very much not a sharing community these days. Our mindset is not about sharing, but more about like looking after ourselves. And sometimes we need to be putting that out there and saying thank you for what I have, thank you for my ability to play an instrument, my ability to have a wonderful singing voice, or my ability to be a good artist, to paint well, to draw well, to build this, to do woodwork, whatever your creative side is. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the other things in your life. Look around, and do you have children? Be grateful for that. There are many people who want kids that don't have kids. Do you have your parents still? You know, things like that are such simple things that we take for granted every day that others may not be fortunate enough to have. And it's not to put you on a guilt trip. That's not it at all. That's to say, I'm one of the lucky ones who got this. Thank you very much. Thank you that I have a roof over my head. Thank you that I have brothers and sisters. Thank you that I have a job. You know, there's so many things we can be grateful for when we have it. And I know there are others listening here who don't have some of the things that I've mentioned. But you do have other things. So we need to find those things. And when we are grateful in the present moment and we're sending out that gratitude, it literally sends out an energy frequency. And we're sending out that frequency of gratitude, and it has to be answered with something, you know. Frequencies bounce back, and we are transmitters and receivers. And you're sending out the energy of gratitude, and what comes back to you is more to be grateful for. Because the universe thinks, oh, you're grateful for this, I'll give you some more. It's just like if somebody doesn't say thank you for something you give them, you're going to be very reluctant to give them something else in the future, aren't you? But if they say to you, you don't know what this meant to me, I'm so grateful, thank you very much for what you've done for me, or for what you've given to me, you're more inclined to give it to them and to want to help them more in the future. So, elementary, dear Watson, but that's how it works. Gratitude is equal to abundance of all kinds. It can send you more love, more friends, more work, more whatever it is that you need more of. All right, that's important to bear in mind this week, and it's come up for me this weekend as well. Okay, what else do we need to know this week, please? Anything else we need to be aware of, or they're all popping out on this side? Vulnerability. Listen to your vulnerable feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration, and then pray for strength to focus on your priorities, no matter what. Okay, so this would be what we would maybe see as our weak points. What am I really not good at doing? Am I not good at structuring my day? Am I not good at prioritizing or disciplining myself enough to get the job done? I'm using examples that I've had over the weekend as well for myself, or in my daughter's case this morning, she said to me, I've got so many things to do, I haven't done this, and I was going to do this on Friday, and I just keep getting distracted or interrupted. So this is, you know, an example of that, is to see, okay, this is my vulnerability at the moment. I'm beating myself up about it. It's not a good feeling. It's not making me motivated or positive. Let me try something else. And let me pray for strength to focus on my priorities no matter what. Because then what happens after that? We get that sense of accomplishment. We've achieved what we wanted to achieve. The job is complete. We're satisfied. We can move on to something else. And it gives us more courage to move on to something else. And we are in a mindset of being able to accomplish that immediately because we've just accomplished something else. It's like if you've ever been a salesperson and you hit one great sale really early in the morning, the chances are you're going to go through that day and you're going to do a couple more, and it's just going to be one after the other, especially if you're a rep. At any point you get that like sales fever and you're like, I'm hot today, it's happening, I'm achieving everything I need to, I'm going to sell the next one and the next one and the next one. And sometimes you're literally on a roll, and it's that contagious energy of accomplishment and achievement and, you know, self-satisfaction. Hey, I actually did this, I can do this again, let's do that again, that felt good. It's almost like being hooked on endorphins. You know, it's essentially, that is what it is. But it's contagious, and it's like, let me do that again, that felt great. So you know, look at that vulnerability. Don't be afraid to look at that vulnerability, and look at the inspiration and the wisdom that lies therein, because there is something to learn from it, even if that is how to overcome that feeling that you've got those many obstacles in front of you. And maybe the lesson is to focus your priorities and be able to achieve things and not mess around. And again, there's always that ability to connect to spirit, to ask for the strength to focus, to ask for the strength to accomplish something. Okay, you're never alone when you need to do these things. That's the other thing. Be vulnerable. Say, I can't do this alone, or I need some guidance, or show me how to achieve this. And they will help you. We're not meant to do this journey alone. There are other human beings here to support you, and there are also those in spirit that want to support you and are there, and their job is to support you. All right, let's see. Anything else for this week ahead, please? I feel like there is one more. There we go. Helping children. Okay, part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. All right, so it doesn't have to be small children or babies. Maybe you are a college, university lecturer or something along these lines. Maybe you want to start a group for young people to play football, whatever it is. But there's something here where it says part of your life involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. Maybe you want to mentor young people to go into business, to do something to help their community. Maybe you can mentor to teach them how to be more mindful of what they are doing. To go into the world more mindfully, I think is important for the younger generations now. And we do have a very important job as older generations to help them and impart that and let them not lose their way and just get lost in social media and stuff, but do things with their lives that are going to be meaningful. And I'm not saying social media is not meaningful for some of them. Sometimes that is exactly how they become successful and how they get their achievements. But it's also important to, again, connect to this creativity. So even if it is teaching them how to make a vegetable garden or, teaching an art class, you could incorporate that spirituality and that creativity. Whatever it is that you feel is something that you've got, a talent that you've got, that you can impart to other people. That's vitally important. Okay, I want to see what's at the bottom of this deck of cards. The law of attraction. There we have it. So I'm just looking. This looks like one of those interesting Renaissance pictures that have got a spaceship in the background. Okay, law of attraction. Keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. All right, so that's the same kind of law of attraction that I was talking about earlier, where we actually do put ourselves out there and we say, please, I need help for something, or you put out that gratitude that it's talking about. And you say, thank you so much for everything that I have, things that I'm blessed with that perhaps somebody else isn't fortunate enough to have. I may not have something, everything everyone else has, but I do have other ways and means and perhaps opportunities to pursue certain things that others don't. And for that, I'm very grateful. Or I've got healthy children, or I've still got my parents, or I've got siblings, or whatever the case is, there's something. Your job. A car, so you don't have to walk everywhere or be stranded or not be able to get a job because you don't have transport. Give it a little bit of a think today. Find those things, look for them, and send out that gratitude, because that is what's going to attract those positive experiences back to you. Okay, I wish you all a beautiful week. Thank you again for making the time to watch this video, and I do sincerely hope that it's going to help you get through it. Take care. Bye for now, and lots of love.